What's up, friends? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Internet is not the best, but it is what it is. I guess we're here. All right, so I'll just do these in mini lives because they're hard to put up. You know what I mean? They're hard to load into the YouTube system because of the internet that's here. It takes a while to load one video, maybe like an hour to load a video. So the most I can possibly do is just go live for a little bit, and that's about it. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So this is what they've given us this morning. They've given us Wayne, Rolanda, and and Anthony together again. Um, at first, when I saw the video, I said to myself, you know what? Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna fly in the audience right now. But then I remembered, then I realized that they may have something in this one. They may have something. I think there's like a bit of a conflict with something that's going on. So it's interesting. It feels like Anthony's going broke. I don't. Someone said this before, but I feel like I think on answer something. That's a question I think I have to ask y'all. Is Anthony? Is a question. Is Anthony going broke? And I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'm asked this question. Yes or no? In your estimation, do you believe Anthony's going broke? I'm gonna say exactly why I said it's yes or no. But anyways, let's run it. All right, stop it right here. So, a restaurant opportunity. Let me see. What industry was Amber in again? Gee, I know the restaurant industry. So hold on. I would expect that what Anthony would do in this is that right after the coffee, him going to say no. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden him going to say no, I don't want to go into this industry. I just did something with Amber just recently and that didn't work out. So, I'm thinking that this won't be the best thing. At least he's speaking up for a little bit. Like he must say, hey, kind of fickle. It seemed like Anthony has speak up a little bit. I was getting that from him. So I'm saying, okay, maybe it's gonna go harder. Cause he must say, you know what I mean? Like it kind of fickle, it kind of sound weird. Because I don't know how I'm going to sell this to Amber now. That's the question. I don't know how I'm going to sell this to Amber. Because you already done told the woman that the restaurant business is not so great right now. You tell her that the economy bad. And remember, Bar 44 was making money. It's not like Bar 44 was losing money. So all of a sudden now you have another person that is selling a business. You have a next person selling a business. The guy from Bar 44 never really interested in selling anything. In fact, he was surprised when Amber was selling the business. So this something is happening right here. So I mean, I quite understand how Anthony has changed from his perception from Bar 44 versus this opportunity that Rolanda have. But you know what? Let's keep rolling. Let's keep running.
The restaurant running good or what?
Well, they
So let's see. So Anthony really not saying anything. I'm trying to watch Anthony's reaction because, of course, Wayne and Rolanda are just in this to make money. But I'm just watching Anthony's reaction to see what does he say. Like, how him reacting to the entire thing. Because after all, he's the one that told Amber to sell the other business, right? Him tell Amber to sell this other business that you have. So I'm expecting now that I'm going to have the same boldness in my chest again. If what he's saying was so correct, and if what he has made Amber done was so correct, then it should stand right here as well. Him should have the same stance here. Unless, unless there was a reason. In other words, he had a plan. Unless, did Anthony have a plan to remove the business from Amber? No, 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 no question. No, makes sense because unless him have a plan. And what's the plan? If we don't know the plan, what the plan? Me want to know what the plan right now. I'm not interested now to find out why him take away the bar from Amber, but no, he's interested in looking at this. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me see what you're saying. True, bar 44 wasn't a real business. Plus, Ro knew that she had won and did fine win because he performed. Okay. All right. He didn't say he was interested. She presented it. Okay, so you don't think that him interested, but he's not saying he's not interested either. I said that is it. O'Neill. Anthony's going broke. How does he tell Amber that about buying into a restaurant? That's the question we're asking you. Why is he not saying no? That's the question we're asking you right now. Thurston, we can accept your point, but more know why is it him not say no then? Why not? Why does his reaction not this? Why is his reaction not the same to when Amber when the guy asked for bar 44 to be sold? That's the question I'm asking you. Nothing but a hot mess coming. That's what I'm thinking. I hope it'll be the old restaurant that Kelvin and Amber and Brittany had, and they found out that Amber still owns that part of the restaurant. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Did Amber still own the restaurant with Brittany? I don't think they still own that restaurant. Didn't Amber lose her thing? Did Amber still own that restaurant? I don't think she still owned that. Didn't they sell it? Anthony wanted Amber to give up her assets and he's hiding money. Anthony's a snake and a con man. I'm starting to believe this, guys. I'm starting to believe this. Anthony is a deceiver in business. Mm. I hope Amber still keeps her personal as I hope so. I hope so. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Is the karma on the horizon? Ashley has the karma on the horizon. I think so. It's possible. I'm tired of Anthony the snake. Amber doesn't need any more disappointment. Well, but you know what? I think I don't look at this as a disappointment. I look for Amber. I look at this as an eye opener for Amber. If Anthony tells Dalen, he'll find out that Amber has invested in a restaurant. This will not go over well with Amber if he does not try to hide it. That's what I think to Dove Star. I don't know if this will go over well with Amber at all. Me have the same thing to Amber has established herself in the community. I think Amber will show up. She still has the keys to Carmen's. That's why we're asking the question, is this Carmen's restaurant? I think they sold it and they bought her out. That's what I thought happened to Dove Star. I never know she still have that. Well, these are the big question y'all need to have on the mind. Will Amber take this news well? Listen, to me, Thurston said, well, him not investing in it, but to me, Thurston, even listening about this is still something big for Amber because she's going to want to know why is he even listening to it. Remember, I know him do a sales job to sell her, for them to sell Bar 44 now. For them to sell their shares in Bar 44. He did a sales job. They closed it. They didn't sell it. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you all very much for the people who come in. So basically, new restaurant on the horizon, and that's what's going on right now. So Amber doesn't deserve Anthony's karma. He's gonna get in trouble. That's the question we are asked about the thing in the Thursday. Me like what you are saying to me, I try to find out about all of this. Anthony said he's the bread winner. He makes the bread for the family. That he must say I'm the breadwinner. So in other words, well, let me ask you all this. Did Amber do you think Amber stashed any money away? Because that's what's important right now. Did Amber stash something away? Or is she still the same flight Amber talking about? No. Her husband. Did she stash anything away? Trouble is brewing, but just can't tell exactly what it is. You can't just shut down your business partners. Yeah, so you can't just shut down your business partners. I see what you're saying, Thurston, but okay. This is why I say that. This is why we're saying what we're saying, Thurston. What's going on? What I think you're missing is this. Bar 44 was making money, just like this business is making money. Right? Both of them are making money. Anthony comes in and Anthony says, hey, the economy right now for bars and those things is extremely bad. So I think we need to sell bars because the economy is going in a bad trajectory for bars right now. This was just recently. The economy not changed that much that bars have gotten that good. Economy takes a while to move. Numbers take a while to move, whether it's job data, whatever it's that you're using to track, foot traffic all those kind of things. Let's just say it's a bar business. So the question now is this. After months of saying all of that, not so many months, 2 or 3 months, now you're going to go try to sell your wife that, you know what, I'm going in this other bar business. How you think she's going to look on that? That's the question. So you in yourself then, unless you never really fully believe in what you were saying and you were doing just a sales job for a reason, that's the question people are asked now. It's going to be questioned. So in other words, he didn't really stand for what he's saying, and that's what people are challenging him to say. Anthony is not standing on the business he's talking about. Him say bars have an issue. That the man said. So people going off of bars have an issue in this economy. Amber is smart. She stashed money. I hope she has stashed money, Annie. I hope she has. Remember, Anthony told Amber not to spend her money. She better have her money stashed. Nanya, that's the best thing she can do right now. Yes, and Amber is also starting a boutique. Yes, Amber is not stupid, so y'all are thinking Amber is stashing her money. Kelvin is in Florida now, so someone will have to meet them to open the restaurant. I don't know if it's the same restaurant. I think Brittany talked her into snatching money away because of Anthony. I mean, stashing it away. Stephanie say, I really hope so. We hope so too, you know, so she hides some amount of money, you know, because Anthony shifty, you know. Because Amber remembers when Anthony lost all that money. Makes sense? Well, because Kitland never finished a story. This is the thing in a Dubstar. Because Kitland never really finished a storyline and they're always like them pitchy patchy with storylines. That's the weirdest thing about it. You know, you kind of have to be deciphering between where them leave in the ear. Nothing is ever tied up. It's just not never tied up for real. Liquor stores are always popular. They need to go into that. Well, maybe, possibly. Liquor stores and pop. You see, liquor stores are popular. We have never seen a skit where when Amber puts her name with Anthony's. Never seen that. So that's that. Don't trust Anthony at all. So in other words, you not think Anthony start. Y'all are believe based on the comments, the overwhelming comments is saying, you don't think Amber has stashed some money away and you don't think she's doing this willy-nilly. Y'all believe that Amber has put some money away. Smartly like she should. I believe that Amber has her own business going and I don't remember her still owning the restaurant. No, they had sold the restaurant. They sold. Oh, you mean the restaurant with Kelvin? That's what you're talking about. Okay, no. I was talking about Bar 44, but okay, I see where you were going with that one. Good morning, J Dub. Okay, so basically that's what's going on. Well, I asked it earlier, and some new people came in. Is Anthony going broke? Because now maybe this is desperation. Is he desperate then? Is Anthony getting desperate for money? That is the question. That's the big question I think floating around now. Is he getting desperate for money? Is he going broke? Do I know if Kai's real mother is Shayla? I think so. I can check it through. I'm not sure. I can check that for you. Amber is that kind of wife. She'll offer it to Anthony the same way she supports Anthony when he made a bad business decision. She probably will. I'm always for no joint account. I think you should have a joint account, but I think you should have separate accounts outside of a joint account. I see what you're saying, Nanya. I say have a joint account, but the joint account is so for you to pay bills. If you want to know why I think you should have a joint account, the joint account is for you guys to pay bills in. Put the money them in there so and it pays the bills out of it. Outside of that, I don't think you should have a joint account. Because people have different spending habits. I would love to, but I've come to realize that people have different spending habits. I might hold on to a dollar way longer than you, right? Because I'm looking for a place to put that dollar, but you, boy, I mean, no, you know, you're looking for something, and so you'll get that dollar out very, very quickly. So I think that that's what it is. I think that's what it is more than anything else. That's where I look at that. That is how I look at that, to be honest. There are also in a funeral home, people will drink to drown their sorrows and stresses. True, makes sense. Makes sense. Paying for two households. Well, I mean, I'm not paying too much money. Jesus a blessing that she didn't get the joint account with Anthony. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't fully trust Anthony. So yes, Amber is definitely stashing her money away. Where are we? Feel like I'm gone past the section and I ask a question. I wouldn't put a man's name on my account. We'll just open a fresh account together. On his right about accounts, I've come to realize that, I used to think joint account was a good thing to, but I realize that people have different spending habits. People spend different. So I said, no, no, me can't, because the thing, and then you start watching money and stuff like that. And then I realize that people sometimes you start watching money and you don't really understand what's going on. So you make things a big deal that's not a big deal. I might be in there investing and you're in there thinking, say money just going down the drain. So I've come to realize that joint accounts are big no-no. Well, meaning put all your money in a joint account. That's what I'm saying. Restaurant business, you have to be gifted. Turkey Leg Hut, location in Houston, Texas. Lots of winning restaurants around. Yes, you do. That's true. You think Wayne doesn't write anything good for the Daltons? Possibly. Joint and separate accounts for sure. Only a girl have business sense. Just playing the fool. Amber have her money locked up and she's gonna help out her husband if needed. That is correct. Anthony has more money going out than coming in. That's the question. You want two accounts for Truman. You really need two accounts. I've like I said, guys, O'Neill used to believe as well. Me used to believe. I used to believe that the best thing you could do is get a joint account and put all of the money in there. But then we realize that people have different spending habits. O'Neill is not a spendthrift, but we realize say people will see things what them want and them just want to buy it all the time. Things that are not assets. They're just liabilities. Some realize say, no, you can't do that with money. You cannot do that. You have to cap it. Something is up. I think that when he gets down to a certain amount, he has to find different avenues to make more money. That's what we're thinking. Anthony's going broke. That's why he was selling everything. I said that last month. Anthony has more money going out than coming in. Beatrice, you did say that. You did say that. Peace. Otherwise, peace, my brother. My husband and I have a joint account. He likes to spend and I like to save. I have separate account, which he's aware of. You're right, Only my husband believes in enjoying money now. Yes. Yes. You have some people, them just want to spend right for the moment. Gold Cross, you have some people that know them want to spend. Them see a bag, them want to buy it now. Them see a shoes, them want to buy it now. Them see a hat, them want to buy it now. Them remember that you have tomorrow and you have next week and next year. And no, nothing is guaranteed to you. But you don't want to get into next year and have nothing. So there's two premise about it. Well, you're not gonna take it with you, so you can't, you shouldn't be saving too much. All right, sure. You want to live in the moment, but you also could actually live 10 years from now. That's all it really is. So me think me come to learn say no, don't do that. You need to just the bills. Giant account is to be paid, is to use to pay bills. That's it. You use the giant account to pay bills because people won't understand. So it honestly, it's a blessing that Anthony does not do the joint account. Honestly, it's the truth. It is a blessing that Amber does not put her money in a joint account with Anthony. It's a blessing. It's best that she do that. Funny enough, thinking about it now, it's best that she doesn't do that because that'll create more problems. It's going to create more problems. It is best that you don't do a joint account. It's best. That's correct. And Anthony did get an extra 20% from the theater that Rowan Wayne don't know about at all. So he's always very deceiving when he might deal with them. It is best. Amber is going to be caught up in Anthony's mess and don't know it. Well, maybe not. Yes, that is why I said that I'm happy she did it for the joint account issue. Remember that was Brittany's idea because she wanted to see how much money Anthony had. Exactly. It's best them don't put them on a joint account. Too much trouble. Because this is also a factor. Anthony is an investor. He might go in the account for go invest and she don't understand the investment and it create arguments. That's why I say don't do it. Because people get weird when them say money start move. When money start move, people say, wait, why $20,000 gone? Why $50,000 gone? Wait, why are we spending $100,000 on this? All of a sudden now it start become a cat and mouse game. It's best. Both of their sides. Because Amber might say something she like, Anthony might say something he like. Because both of them are business personnel. It's best them don't do it. So right now we can't forget about that. You can have joint accounts, but you must set it up with words and with both names. So both have to sign out any money. Both need our names to sign money out. And that's why I don't think. Here's why I'm gonna like this pink blue. Again, I might find an investment that I want to invest in. I might find something I think is going to work. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example, pink blue. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm going to give you an example. See if we can find Jane Bullion. Let's just say I saw silver, right? And I said, you know what? I want to buy some silver. Now, me wanted to buy silver at $50. You don't understand precious metals and silver. And I say, you know what? I think that the silver market is going to rise because there is backwardation. I'm going to just use some terms. It's fine. It just simply means the price now is greater than the price in the future. And I have found this investment. And I say I want to go in this investment. I don't want to have to sit down and sell you me going into that investment. I don't want to have to do that. I don't have to do that because the truth is, by the time I'm done selling you, the winnings might be gone. And that's why I say me learn about joint accounts. That's one instant. That's why I think joint accounts, joint accounts must be used to pay bills. Outside of that, you need to have your own money because you might see a risk that you think is worth it. And it may be best you go after that risk. Because two of us together, we might have conflicting views. Look at bar 44. That is the example. Look at bar 44. Amber think it's a good idea. Anthony think it's not a good idea. What am I going to end up doing? Selling it. That's what it is. You know? Well, all that time on the phone, he has to have money. Has to have many irons in the on the stove. It must. But are they making money right now? I've been married a long time and I don't have a joint account. See? You see that? And our marriage still at work. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. Joint account, friends. The joint account, me think I just pay bills. If you get one, you get to pay bills. It's snowing in Canada. What? Well, let me see if it's snow. No, it's not snowing outside. My warm, yes. My warm, Stephanie. Me a little bit warmer than usual now because I come off of the mountain in the Grand Canyon because it's cool. Let me see what is the temperature right now. The temperature outside right now is 30 degrees, but it's not North Pole 30 degrees, so it's a little bit different than the 30 degrees when you live in the north. It's a little different. Remember, Britain had discovered a lot of hidden funds during the discovery. He may have offshore accounts too. That's true. That's true. They could set up a business and investment account to be used for the purpose if they want to do business together. Correct. Correct. It's a very good topic, you know. Correct. Good morning, friends. Good morning, those who are coming in. Correct. Very, very good topic. Don't get a chance up and hope everyone is having a great Christmas. I'm agreeing with you, O'Neill. I have lost money, but right now I'm making more money again. Yeah, sometimes you might see something that you like. Listen, that's just how money is. That's how money is. You might just get a little nudge. You might get like a little tip or something, and you have to move at it right away. You don't want to have to put that through somebody else to run it. You don't want to have to do it. You want to be able to make the decision right then and there. Democratic and autocracy has their benefits and their weaknesses. When you do the democracy thing between the two, I want to say, okay, me have to agree and you have to agree. It take a while. Sometimes it take a while for you to meet. Autocratic say, listen to me. Me alone, me can stamp it, seal it, move it forward. Sure, are there dangers in it that, you know what, you could make this decision and it doesn't work out? You could do that. But it's best to separate it. Simple. Best that to separate it, and the woman get her own thing. She get a chance for try things for herself, and the man get a chance to try things for himself. Also, when Amber had begged him for $20,000 for the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Yep. Joint account most times cause problems because they're going to disagreements when it comes to spending the money. That's why I say what I say. Everybody want to tell you how the money must spend. You put $100,000 in there, the next post don't put no money at all in there, and they want to tell you, oh, the money must be going out. What? What should the money going out? Because them not put that money in there. but they want to tell you how the money must spend. You could never be more accurate, Carolyn. This is the most accurate statement. It caused all sorts of disagreements. So, in all honesty, I think it is best that Amber does not have a joint account. The joint account thing was because of the divorce. But if she had worked that and had the joint account, many more things would have happened. So you know what? It's best she does not have a joint account. Leave the joint account thing alone. Leave that alone. It causes problems. Yeah, man, especially when you run money through it. Pff, good Lord. Anyways, friends, that's our time. The internet here is not great, so you know what? It's not much. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful day. If them give me something else, I'll try to put it up. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. Bye bye. I'll see you soon in California.